We're back with Santino Race, and also joining us is nutritionist Keri Glassman via Skype. Keri, you actually have concerns about what Santino is doing. Tell us about that.
Santino, I'm happy you feel good, but this is not safe. I would never recommend this, and I do not think this is a good message to put out there. It may work for Santino. He may feel good, but for the large, very large majority of people out there, it is not healthy, especially for people with a history of eating disorder, for people with emotional eating, for diabetics, for children, for athletes, for the immunocompromised. It could be very dangerous. So I am not an advocate of this. And again, as Santino said, everybody is different. Everybody's an individual, and this may work for him, but this is not a great message to get out there.
I want to show people what Santino eats in a day, because I will say the foods that you're filling your body with, they are foods that we all consider to be very healthy. Now, I tend to agree with Keri that for the great majority of people, juicing for this long in this way, I personally don't believe is the way to go. But I love these foods. Yeah. And I can't literally say one bad thing about any of the foods that you're putting in your body, because these are wonderful foods to eat.
You must have one hell of a blender, let me tell you that.
Well, no. It's not a blender. It's not a blender at all, though. It's a juicer. It's a cold-pressed juicer. So you're just getting the extracted liquid gold from these.
Fiber comes out.
Fiber's out.
Well,
yeah,
which is, and so we got to go back.
I knew we were going to get her there on a red flag, losing the fiber.
Fiber's important in a standard diet because it helps actually move things through your intestinal tract. However, when you're juicing, you're not going to have any problem with going to the bathroom.
So while I actually applaud you, because I do think that in American society far too often, food is our poison. You eliminated those poisons. I suspect that's a lot of the reason why you feel better. Yeah. Keri, you've been waving your arms, so I got it. Even though you're not here in person, when someone waves their arms, I have to give you the floor for a moment. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so first of all, yes, there are so many beautiful foods right there that you just displayed. I love all of those foods, but you don't need to go to the extreme of only juicing where you're going to miss fiber. You're going to miss, and the fiber is important even just to feed your good bacteria in your gut.
We're not lacking.
You also, as much as you are getting protein from plants, and I'm a big advocate for getting plant protein in your diet, you're also not getting enough fat.
Let me just say, when you don't have to digest food, your body uses its extra energy to actually heal itself. So there's proof that you can reverse diabetes, you can reverse cancer, you can reverse a lot of autoimmune diseases by allowing your body to have this kind of nutrient.
Let me just jump in and say, reversing cancer.
Yeah.
No, we know that if you eat good foods, you can absolutely reduce your risk for all the great killers out there. You can, and in many cases, things like diabetes, you can potentially go off all of your medications. The one comment, and I think this is important, is I applaud you for you.
Right.
Yes.
You're doing this in a way that is right for you. I hope that someone is following along to make sure you get the important nutrients you need, for instance, B12, et cetera.
Absolutely.
You know, because the truth is, if anyone else followed this and didn't do it the right way, they could die.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm looking at you, and you say protein, but you look to me like there's some muscle wasting going on, because there's not enough protein in there for the.
Because your body goes into ketosis. It's not pulling from my muscles.
You can't be in ketosis with all the fruit you're eating.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of.
You have more sugar.
No,
in your
80% of my juices are greens, are from vegetables, not from fruits. I'm not juicing a bunch of orange juice. I'm not drinking orange juice. By the way, I do
applaud you too for doing this in a way that you feel good about, that you feel healthy, and you're being, again, monitored by doctors. But I have to say, with looking at what you put into your juices in a day, there was way more grams of sugar than would allow you to even be in ketosis. So
I personally am a big believer in eating foods from the earth.
Yeah.
You know, with leafy greens and fruits and vegetables, I'm going to ask you only because you've been doing it for 110 days, is why the aversion to actually eating the fruit and the vegetable and getting the fiber, that the way that it was put on earth. I'm just, for that long of a period, because I would actually have a very different response. And I, again, applaud you, but the fact that you're just juicing, because many times on the show before I've said, when you juice, you're actually getting rid of a lot of important things. Sure.